one of the things that stays with me today is the importance in the right circumstances to say no. Sometimes not doing something is far more important than doing something. And I've got two examples in my career that stand out to me where at one point the CEO of our firm asked me to do something that I just didn't agree with, asked me to take an action that I thought was not appropriate. And so I had to decide, do I tell him, sure, you're the boss, I'll do it, or to explain why I thought it wasn't right and that I wouldn't do it. And I chose the latter route, and it worked out just fine in the end, but it was a difficult interaction. But I said no, where I thought it was right to say no. And that was really important to me. And later in my career, I had a situation where a client really wanted to employ a particular tax strategy that he had heard that others were employing, and he asked me to review it. And I reviewed it, and I concluded that it was not an appropriate tax strategy to employ. And I went and I had to decide. Do I go back to him and say, I don't think so? This is not something that you should do. I would not think it's appropriate and too risky. Or did I just say, okay, this is what your buddies are doing, you should do it as well? And I chose the route to say, no, you shouldn't do it. And it turned out to be a very wise choice in hindsight. But it's really important, I think, and it stays with me today, to say no in the right circumstances. It's really sometimes the best way to deal with an ethical dilemma. Now, of course, you've got to be thoughtful about it. You've got to be very comprehensive about your analysis. But if you conclude that it is unethical, inappropriate, I think it's your responsibility to say no. And it's hard. Because you're weighing your future career, your compensation, your reputation, all the things that really get into the decision. But if you really in your heart believe that the answer is no, the answer is no.